everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to be reminded of all the videos that I upload. We're talking on this afternoon about a young Congolese woman who has died after she was allegedly poisoned by her best friend. They both worked at the same company, and there was a position that became available, a promotion. Both of the women decided to apply for the job. The deceased woman is the one who got the job. Now, the reason I am not saying the names is because this information was found on a website which appears to be a Congolese website, and they don't have the names of the women, just in case you all want to know. The best friend became very jealous and unhappy after finding out that her friend had got the promotion. So she decided that she was going to kill her. The suspect, who is accused of having cooked a meal for her and her friend and poisoned it. Okay? So what did you do? Did you make a batch of poisonous food and a non-batch of poisonous food? Because if I have a friend that says, "Here, Carol, I made you this," I don't know if I'm going to eat it if she's not eating it. But then it could have been, if it's something like a cupcake or a piece of cake, you just never know. The suspect herself is now in custody. As I said before, she is said to have prepared a poisonous meal for her friend to eat. After eating the meal, her friend died shortly after. A matter of hours, she was gone. The arrested suspect continues to deny the murder charges and any allegations against her. You know what I have to say about this situation? With friends like that, there is no need for enemies. If you got a friend in your circle who is always praying for your downfall, then you don't need enemies. That's why I keep my circle very, very small. Because what the reality is people oftentimes are not proud of your successes, whether they say they are friends or best friends or not. My entire life, I've been introverted. I've been somewhat of a loner, and it has been lonely at times, but it has been good at times because I found myself in hanging by myself, not being caught up in a lot of the drama. I'm one who doesn't like drama. I don't like tit for tat. I don't like to have a disagreement with you over something and continue to go back and forth with you. I don't like to do that. It has nothing to do with being cowardly, but it has everything to do with, for me personally, in me not exhausting my good energy on a negative person. I'm sure you all will agree. I looked at that article and I said, oh my goodness, this woman killed her best friend. Now, let me tell you all a little story about me. I never had best friends coming up. If you look at some of my further videos or my older videos, you will find that I said most of my older sister, who is 9 months older than me, most of her friends were my friends. When I came to junior high or high school, my sister was a year older than me, so she was already there. And because I was shy, I didn't make friends on my own. Now, there were people, classmates that I talked to, but for the most part, I was very shy, reserved, and introverted. I used to go at lunchtime into the library to read US and World News Today. I was, y'all, a loner. I just kept to myself. As I got older, I found out that it was better to keep to yourself. But now I'm an older woman. My sister, who is literally my second best friend to my husband, has moved to Georgia. So I don't have any females that I hang out with. But it's not really a big deal because I didn't do it too much anyway. The only person that I used to really hang out with was my sister. I did meet one friend in church, and she and I connected, and we would get together and go to breakfast in the morning, or we would get together and I'd come over to her house and have coffee. And she lived like 10 minutes away from me in another city, but she ended up moving to Atlanta. So I've always traveled solo, and traveling solo has definitely kept me out of a lot of trouble. What I have found is when I was working in corporate America in my administrative positions, the women that I used to work with were catty oftentimes. They were nasty. They were jealous. And so I just got to a point to where I told myself, when you go in here, you're just going here to work. You're not going here to make friends. It didn't really make for a boring life at all because at that time I had my children. But for the most part, I pretty much stayed home and did my own thing. Because at least if I stayed home and did my own thing, I wouldn't have to worry about he said, she said, or dealing with what this poor little Congolese woman has had to deal with. She had no idea, I'm sure, that her best friend would cook a meal to murder her simply because of job. And I always look at situations like this. Everything that we go through, and I like to say everything that we grow through, because every situation that we find ourselves in, we grow. Whether it's negative growth or positive growth, you grow. Every time you find yourself in a situation, you're either growing positively or negatively. And basically what I mean is your outlook is either negative or it's a positive one. You're either going forth or you're staying stagnated. I think you guys will agree. I am what they call an architect personality. I took a personality quiz a couple of days ago. And an architect personality is a very, very rare personality. We are the type of people or person that basically look at everything from an analytical point of view. Everything that we encounter or what we are going into, we have to know the whys and the hows. And for me personally, I have to know the what ifs. I need to know if I go in here and this don't work out, what next? So what I found in all the years that I've been here, thank God, people won't like me, in which I kind of go back and think about. you know, why, I wonder why this person feels this way or that way about me. I don't have one of those kind of personalities where I just really don't care. So when I find situations like that, instead of trying to make them better, because if somebody don't like you, they just don't like you, I'm constantly trying to improve myself. I'm constantly trying to work towards perfection. But what the reality is that no matter what you believe you perfect, someone somewhere is always going to feel like it's not enough. I got to the point where my husband and I don't even have disagreements, because when my husband gets into himself and wants to be verbal, I just listen. Don't always agree, but it's easier to agree with your adversary, even if you're not agreeing verbally. I live by the Bible, y'all. I guess I just have this little la 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 theory that I think we're all going to live in a perfect world and everything is going to be okay. We're going to agree to disagree and things are going to be hunky dory and la di da di da. And they're not. They're not. You're always going to have that person who doesn't like the way they look. You're always going to have that person that doesn't like your voice. You're always going to have that person that doesn't like the way you dress, or that person who doesn't like the way that you put your videos out, or that person who doesn't like this or who doesn't like that. Because I'm going to tell you something. Even though I do reaction videos and I speak my opinions on what I think that people should do, or what I think the entire situation meant, even though I do that, I never come from a place of malice. And so for me, it's really, really hard to try to understand why people do the things that they do. Comes when you have a Dot who wants to disagree and argue, but you're hiding behind a computer being a bully. You have no life. Get your whole entire life. Get your whole entire life. Stop coming on Carol's Daily Sauce thinking that you can do what it is that you want to do, because you have a right. You do have a right to speak your opinions. But here, you're going to speak them professionally, you're going to speak them respectfully, or you're not going to speak them at all on this channel. With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead, you all, and put in the comments and tell me what you think of this horrible, horrible story. It's bad. That's pretty bad. To take your friend out because she acquired the position and you didn't. And it could have been something as small as she maybe had more education. Maybe they liked the way that she answered a question better than the other young lady did. Either way, it was not and should not have been an opportunity for her best friend to end her life. Please go ahead, you guys, and share this video out. Thank you so much for tuning in. May you all have a blessed evening. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. The newcomers, the ones that came a little while ago, but I definitely love my ride or dies. I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye.